Well, this sort of sucks because I already shot this video, and then somehow the sound didn't work, so I've got to do it again. But this is some exciting news, and the news is that Philadelphia cream cheese has come out with a plant-based, non-dairy cream cheese. So this is pretty big news. Philadelphia is owned by Kraft Heinz, and they have been making cream cheese for 150 years, and they're finally getting into the vegan cream cheese business. So it says here that they are reinventing themselves with its Philadelphia plant-based, its first vegan cream cheese. This article came out December 6th, so a couple weeks ago, and they do have a Philadelphia version in the UK that is made from almonds and oats. This one looks like it's a coconut oil based product, and it doesn't have any almonds, which is good because of the allergies, I think, for a lot of people to nuts. Anyway, it says here that the Philadelphia brand can be credited for inventing what Americans know as cream cheese back in 1872. While it was made in New York, the cream cheese was named after Philadelphia, a city known for its top quality food at the time. Fast forward 150 years, and the Philadelphia brand still accounts for 69% of the cream cheese segment in the United States. Today, the brand is bringing its cheese expertise to a whole new category with the launch of Philadelphia Plant-Based, its first vegan cream cheese. Owned by the Kraft Heinz company, the brand developed the cream cheese in response to consumer demand for plant-based foods. So I saw the announcement of this on Instagram under Veg News, and there were a lot of people in the comments saying, why would any vegan ever buy this product from this company that is integral in the deaths of cows? We know this. But I say, and I always say, if we're not going to support the changes and innovation toward plant-based foods from these companies, then they're going to have no incentive to cut down on the animal abuse. And we understand the animal abuse is rampant. It's not going to be like, hey, day one, here's the plant-based one. There's no more need for them to make the dairy-based one. We wish. In a perfect world, that would be the situation. But what has to happen is there's going to be a slow shift. Hopefully people who aren't even plant-based like this and say, hey, well, maybe this is where I can cut my carbon footprint. Hey, maybe this is where I can have something that's got less saturated fat. Whatever the reason, if it's available and people support it, we will hopefully start seeing the shift, downward. Less animals used, and I mean, for each animal, it matters. So if we don't use it all, we're basically saying we don't care. They go right back to full-on animal exploitation. This shows that money talks, and we've got to show them with our money that we want plant-based options. Okay, why won't this go down? Oh, come on. Okay, so it says here, we have seen an interest in plant-based foods continue to grow, and we really wanted to address that as a brand, says the senior brand manager for Philadelphia. And seeing how the current non-dairy category was growing so rapidly and seeing what offerings were on the market were great informers for us as we thought about our own formula and getting into plant-based ourselves as the brand that invented cream cheese 150 years ago. Which makes sense. Like, why don't they set the bar? Set the bar high. Obviously we've got Tofuti, we've got other brands that have been on the market for years. I'm absolutely not saying not to buy those. But, I do want to see people buy this because I hope it means that it will show a shift. Like, for example, Hellmann's Vegan Mayo, they could 100% completely replace all their egg-based mayo with that, and no one would know. No one would know, no one would care, but, they've probably got a whole host of angry egg people that would be unhappy about it. But, taste-wise, they could do it. The new Philadelphia plant-based bread in its classic original flavor is now hitting select retailers in the southeast U.S., and it plans to have a national rollout in 2023, and there's going to be 2 new flavors yet to be disclosed as well. So let me know, guys, have you tried this yet? So developed over the course of more than 2 years, the new Philadelphia plant-based bread is meant to mimic its dairy counterpart and uses coconut oil as a creamy base, as well as potato starch and faba bean protein. So the research and development team at Philadelphia dedicated a great deal of time to understanding the needs of consumers looking for plant-based products before landing on this formula. It's really about delivering the flavor and texture you get from dairy products, White says. We know that's been historically difficult, not just in cream cheese, but in the broader dairy sector, to deliver what milk as a foundational ingredient does when it comes to delivering that multi-sensorial experience. Whatever. Not buying that, but I understand they're still, invested in dairy, which really sucks. But anyway. So it goes on to say here that research shows that less than half of customers that try plant-based spreads make repeat purchases, which Philadelphia saw as an opportunity for innovation in the vegan cream cheese space. The team looked at various base ingredients from nuts to coconut oil and chose the latter to impart that smooth, creamy texture that Philadelphia is known for. So of course it's got no dairy, no lactose, no gluten. It says here that Philadelphia plant-based bread not only provides a solution that mirrors the taste and texture of our iconic Philadelphia brand, but also reinforces Kraft Heinz's bet to bring plant-based offerings to the masses. And the influx of flexitarian consumers have driven growth within the plant-based market, which is now more than 20 times the size of the vegan population, Scott said. As a brand that has set the cream cheese standard for 150 years, we realized the current options weren't meeting consumer expectations, and there was no trusted leader. So, this is just a moment to talk about flexitarians. And we have to appreciate flexitarians because maybe, as this is stating here, if it's simply the vegans, we might not get these innovations. They might be like, vegans are what, 2%? It's not worth it. But flexitarians and others who are, I suppose, trying plant-based options, if they are coming out in higher numbers saying we want this is helping the movement overall. So we'd love flexitarians to become vegan, and maybe that's the next step. But in the meantime, if it helps push innovation for vegan and plant-based products, I'm all for it. So it goes on to talk about how they did release a Philadelphia cream cheese in the UK in January 2020, but it was made of almond and oat milk. And remember, guys, that a while ago Kraft was talking about it was going to get into vegan cheeses? So, Kraft has partnered with the NotCo company to create some non-dairy cheeses. So, sorry guys, I'm just looking at this here. So it says, obviously this is the first vegan cheese, but look at this. Has anyone seen this? I was so excited when I first went through. Look at this. Not cheese American style, not cheese cheddar style, not cheese Kraft style. That is a big win for the NotCo company. And it was apparently tested in Cleveland, Ohio. Is there something about Cleveland? I feel like this is not the first time something's been tested in Cleveland. I feel like, wasn't it the Wendy's Black Bean Burger? I feel like there's been a few things tested in Cleveland. I'm not sure why. Hey, not hating on Cleveland, just want to know. And it also at 30 giant supermarkets. It says here, separately, our Kraft Heinz and NotCo joint venture uses our own proprietary patented capability and technology that allows us to develop products using AI, giving us the ability to understand food at the molecular level in order to mimic the flavor, color, smell, and functionality. So that's the one thing that NotCo apparently does. It uses like AI to create meat alternatives. And I remember something about Kraft either trying to be able to, whatever is in milk, I don't want to say lactose, but something that would give it like that specifically melty cheese factor. I remember when I did the first video on this a while ago that they were trying to capture that. So I don't know if they've got that with the AI. Has anyone tried any of these cheeses? Because I would love to know what you think. So that's essentially it, guys, and it does also go on to say that they hope that this product will help them achieve their goal of reaching net zero carbon emissions by 2050. And that is the news right now in terms of the cheeses, but I was really surprised to learn about this NotCo Kraft cheese. Want to try this 1000% for sure. And has anyone tried this? The plant-based Philadelphia cream cheese. Let me know, guys. That is all for now. I will see you in the next video.